What up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Chinnist. Today is February 13th, Wednesday, New Comic Book Day. I have my haul here of 23 with 20 different titles. I threw up my Midtown order from last week on the left-hand side as well. I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. Today I hit 2,000. So guys, thank you for that. I never thought I would ever hit that number, to tell you the truth, ever. So guys, thank you so much. Again, should you like what you see here, please like and subscribe. I have read through the stack, starting off on the DC side, The Flash. So this is part 2 of 4 of the Batman Flash crossover, and this is a carryover to the Sanctuary Heroes in Crisis storyline that's going on right now. So they kind of revealed that Gotham Girl is kind of the culprit that occurred in part number 1. There's a question if she was actually at Sanctuary herself, if she was one of the members or the clients there at Sanctuary. A little bit of a question kind of comes up here in this one issue. And question if she is the killer overall of all those deaths of all the heroes, the murder of all the heroes that were laying on the ground. So yeah, a little bit of a question there, but good story arc overall. But a little bit surprised that it was actually Gotham Girl who was, the possible culprit. But yeah, The Price Part 2, The Flash, number 64. The Batman Who Laughs Part 3. Great character, great storyline so far. So on the right side is cover A, on the left side in Mylar is cover B. And I believe this is Federici, who was the artist here on this one. Great artist, man, great cover. So yeah, the Batman Who Laughs, man, great storyline so far. Great character introduced during the Metal storyline. And his first appearance, actually Teen Titans. So overall, you have the Batman who has been poisoned with the Joker venom, which is the actual origin story of the Batman Who Laughs. This Batman contracted it a little bit differently from the Batman Who Laughs origin storyline, but man, great storyline so far, especially the Grim Batman. Great stuff, man. Pretty cool twists that kind of occur in the storyline. Not going to give it away, but man, excellent job so far in this 6-issue miniseries, The Batman Who Laughs number 3. Wonder Twins number 1. This was an issue I was actually looking forward to. As soon as I saw it in previews, started reading a little bit about it, found out that the writer was Mark Russell, the same person who did Jetsons and the Flintstones. Kind of like rebooting this original theory, the original storyline, the original characters that were always there, but kind of rebooted to today, modern storyline. And man, I think this is a great writer. I think he's a little bit underrated, in my opinion, because I never hear anyone ever talking about him. But this one issue, so I grew up watching the Super Friends my entire life, man, loved it all. Wonder Twin powers activate. In this entire issue, they really, bring back that Super Friends feel to it. And, they kind of make jokes about, his power to turn into water. And I love how Superman is explaining to Batman and Wonder Woman, what his power is in order to, she's an animal shapeshifter, but Zan, the brother, turns into water, some form of water. And man, their expression on their face, man, just classic. The humor throughout this one issue was just, man, stellar in my opinion. So yeah, man, this is one I really looked forward to, and it really produced in my opinion. So this may have actually been my number 1 pick of the week, to tell you the truth, guys. Wonder Twins number 1. Cover grab for me, Wonder Woman number 64. Art Germ cover, man, beautiful cover. One of his best in my opinion. So I have one more coming in through Midtown. Great cover. Stuck it in Mylar. Definitely going on my PC. Moving on to Marvel. Avengers No Road Home. On this one, I was able to pick up one of the variant incentives by Mark Brooks. This one was listed for $25 on Midtown. Both my LCS able to pick it up for cover price, man. Great cover on this one, man. Really enjoy a lot of Mark Brooks, maybe about 85% of what he does. So yeah, so Avengers No Road Home. So this was kind of like a part 2 to the No Surrender storyline that came out last year. This really picks up where that one kind of left off. They have a little bit of an introduction as far as, what happened during that time. But this one's really centered around something that occurs on Mount Olympus, which is why Hercules is one of the main focus here, one of the main focus of Avengers here in this one storyline. Good stuff so far, great artwork. Clint, Hawkeye, his humor that he brings to this issue, I thought was pretty hilarious, man. I kind of laughed and giggled any scene that this guy was in, to tell you the truth. So yeah, man, if you enjoyed that first storyline, No Surrender, you will definitely enjoy this one. So they're kicking this one off pretty well. You don't know the whole storyline, but they're fighting an evil that has turned daylight into night, and they kind of stop there. So very intriguing. I will definitely be picking this one up going forward. Couple more cover grabs here. Able to pick up the incentive variant. This is Carmen Carnero, if I pronounced that one correctly. But this was a design incentive wraparound. Bam. Listed for $10 at Midtown. Also picked up, I think this was cover C. This is not an incentive. It is a variant, but it's not an incentive. Just a movie photo a cover. So picked this one up. Thought it was pretty cool. Stuck it in Mylar. A #1 came out this week from Marvel, The Savage Sword Conan. So I picked up the last Barbarian, the last Conan, the Barbarian that came out. You know, I picked it up just to have a #1, and I kind of fell in love with it. So I picked up Conan the Barbarian as an ongoing series. This one, a little bit different artwork, same feel to it, but a little bit different artwork. And this one here is a little bit more at sea. I believe he's going to become a pirate in this one storyline going forward, but pretty cool stuff, man. So this is yet another one that I was going to pick up just to have a #1, but although the artwork, you know, I feel is only maybe a 2.5 out of 5 on this artwork, on this one issue of Conan versus the other series that's going on, but even though the artwork's a little bit, you know, just average, the storyline I felt was at least a 3.75. So I will be picking up both the Conan titles that are out right now going forward. Dead Man Logan #4. This is a great title so far. So 1 through 4 I've enjoyed all the way through. That last #3 I think was my most favorite read of the week, whenever that #3 came out last month. But yeah, great dialogue. Again, Clint Barton, Hawkeye, in this one. Anytime he's been in any issue lately, man, I've been, laughing my ass off, to tell you the truth. But yeah, man, the humor that he brings to it, pretty good stuff. I don't know why I wasn't into him before, and I was not a fan of West Coast Avengers, but the past couple issues I've read with him in them, man, pretty funny. So yeah, good stuff, and they're going to go a little bit forward, changing the storyline, what I thought it would be. But yeah, pretty good stuff. Dead Man Logan #4. Star Wars Han Solo Imperial Cadet. For those of y'all who saw the movie that enjoyed it, man, this title is pretty good. So in the movie, they kind of fast forward through his academy days. I think they do like a 10-second montage. Man, this one kind of delves deeper into it. Great stuff. Of course, anything that comes out in the Marvel comics is all canon. So, this everything, every storyline that happens actually happened in the Star Wars universe. But yeah, you can kind of tell like his moral compass has always been there, even though he joined up with the Empire at first. He's starting to kind of, play by the rules at this point in time, but you tell his moral compass is always there, always looking after his teammates at the end of the day, even though he's Han Solo. So yeah, great stuff. One more Star Wars, Age of the Republic, Count Dooku. So of all the Age of the Republic that have come out, I've enjoyed all of them. This, however, was my least favorite. I really enjoyed Count Dooku because he was, as far as a lightsaber battlist, like he was one of the top. He was basically right below Yoda. Mace Windu was kind of right there at his equal. So overall, he was always a badass, and you never really got his backstory as far as why he left the Jedi Order to go to the Separatist side. I was hoping to get a little bit more insight here, but this was just like a little one-off storyline and not too much meat here in the story, in my opinion. So overall, just the average storyline, maybe like a 2.5 out of 5, but the weakest so far from the Age of Republic that they put out. So yeah, Count Dooku. Moving on to Image. This may have been my #2 read of this week. The Magic Order, issue #6, was the finale for this first story arc, for the first chapter of this title here. Of course, y'all may know they are actually making this one title as their first TV series on Netflix. And man, the way that they finished this one up, man, I love this title so far, man. Absolutely love it. There's tons of twists that are in here. Great character development, even though this is only issue number 6. Man, some of these main characters here, man, you've really, learned to feel for them. They did a great job on character development throughout this, only the 6-issue series so far. Tons of twists in here. I really hope the TV show does it justice, because man, this was a pretty good surprise hit to me personally. So yeah, if you have not picked this one up, definitely go pick this one up and trade if you have not picked up the issue number 1 on. But the Magic Order, definitely check it out. Gideon Falls. This one issue here, man, was a complete mind-blown experience. This is probably my top 5, for this week. But man, the storyline, the twist that they kind of put in here to go along with the artwork, the way that the artwork kind of tells the storyline here, man, complete mind blown on this one issue. Never saw this stuff coming. This multiple reality type of storyline. Awesome storyline, man. Great stuff. So yeah, if you have not checked out Gideon Falls, you are truly missing out. Go check it out. Murder Falcon. So, as y'all may know from previous videos, I love music. I'm a drummer. I play guitar as well. I have a bass guitar, but I really consider myself a drummer more than anything else. So anything heavy metal based, man, I'm really attracted to. This one issue introduces this new, like a previous band from like another reality, versus the band that we've been following on Earth, that our main hero. And it's a pretty epic battle that occurs here that actually this entire first band, they get decimated. They are destroyed except for the main guitarist, and you may see at the very end he may be joining our current band member. So yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool storyline, like a good boost in the storyline. So again, if you're a music lover, especially towards the heavy metal side, y'all are definitely missing out if you are not picking this up. So yeah, Murder Falcon, definitely check it out, especially if you're a heavy metal music lover. Criminal number 2 by Ed Brubaker and artwork by Sean Phillips. So again, the same team that did Killer Be Killed. And, that was supernatural. A lot of their other stuff is just more drama based, a little bit more realistic drama based and, rooted in reality. So this one's no different, a little bit slower. This has become a heist, like a very slow-paced heist is what this is. An old inkist that worked on comic books way back in his day, way past his prime. But apparently he's always been a little bit shady, and he's always stolen artwork off the publisher's desk and, sold it on the black market for additional cash. So he's come up with this idea at his, at his golden age to steal additional art. So this has become like a comic book art heist. So yeah, pretty cool storyline, but very, very slow, I would say. But pretty cool, pretty intriguing to me. The Criminal number 2. Oblivion Song. So yet another one. I think this one may have turned off some people just due to, I think everyone expected a lot more action, a lot more, maybe like Walking Dead, but with alien based. But this one actually became a little bit more drama based, to tell you the truth. More of a psychological, how the people who both left and came back, how they've dealt with, living in the 2 different realms. There are some monster attacks that happen here and there, but, very, very rare. This is more of a psychological, type of storyline, to how these people have dealt with, tragedy and moving on. So yeah, Oblivion Song, one that I enjoy. Moving on to Aftershock. Lollipop Kids number 3. This is yet another surprise hit for me personally. I picked up a number 1 just to get a number 1, but really attracted me. So overall premise, you have New York Park City, and you have various monsters which came over when Americans first started to populate America, coming over from Europe. So along with the family monsters, you had warriors, and this was kind of like a family lineage to where if you became a warrior, any of their children also became warriors. So this follows his main kid, and he just found out that he was a Lollipop Kid, one of these warriors, one of these defenders of the parks to try to keep the monsters at bay. So this is a little bit more backstory as far as who his mother was and who his father was. So this is kind of, a little bit more of his origin story, even though this entire story arc has been, the telling of his new powers. But yeah, he gets a new weapon in here that's pretty awesome, man. So really enjoy the storyline, kind of like a little surprise hit for me personally. Lollipop Kids. Dark Arc number 14, Cullen Bunn, man, great horror type of story writer. I don't think that there's one horror story that this guy's written that I have not enjoyed so far. So you have your Dark Arc, you have your good Noah's Arc. They finally hit land and they found this other species, like this other ancient species, trying to figure out who they are. No one's ever heard of them before, but come to find out it may be another alien race, or I'm sorry, another race that's actually fighting the good gods and the evil gods, like some other entity in between. So yeah, another intriguing type of storyline. You kind of thought it was over when they hit land, but this is far from over. Great storyline, Dark Arc number 14. Picked up one from Dark Horse Comics, Alien 3. So this was the unproduced screenplay of what Alien 3 should have been. I was not a fan of the Alien 3 movie, of what it turned out to be. This storyline is pretty awesome, man. I really wish they would have continued with the storyline. I really want to see how this one ends up, but so far, man, great job so far. If you are an Alien lover, I highly suggest for y'all to go pick up this, at least number 1, and pick it, try it out for yourself. When it concludes, I'll tell you if it's good or not to pick it up and trade, but man, so far, great stuff. Alien number 3, or Alien 3 number 4. Picked up one from Valiant. This is Livewire number 3. So I think I skipped number 2. I actually picked that up earlier today, read through it before I read this number 3. I somehow missed from my pool. But yeah, this one really follows Livewire, and for those of you all who are in the Valiant universe have been following her, she was actually completely evil at one point in time. She was like a minion of Harada, and Harada was like a Hitler, so to speak, of like the mutant world. If Magneto was even more evil than Hitler, that's who Harada was. She was like his right-hand man, and she broke off of his ideology, and she kind of realized that he was wrong, and she tried to help her own kind. So this is her struggle. She turned off the entire electricity for the entire American grid. She inadvertently killed off thousands of people while trying to save her own. So this is kind of like her little escape story, but a little bit more origin story of her past that we never really got before in any other Harbinger storyline. So yeah, great issue here. A lot of good backstory to Livewire number 3. Last up for y'all by Vault, Fearscape number 4. I think this was my number 3 read for this week. This storyline, man, this storyline is just so unique and different. There's no other type of storyline that's out there like this. I love the sarcastic type of tone that the writer takes throughout this entire, title here. This is just so different from any other storyline that's out there. Fantasy kind of mixed in with reality in a sense, slash dream world. Awesome storyline. I wish there were more comics out there like this, that are just really different. So yeah, if you have not checked this one out, definitely check it out. Fearscape number 4. Guys, that's going to be it for this week's brand new haul. Again, thank you for the 2,000 subscribers, man. That is awesome. Again, should you like what you see here, please like and subscribe. We'll talk to you later.